What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Hero Aka Season 7, man. We are back with a new episode finally. As you guys know, we didn't get a new episode last week, which I kind of wish the weeks flipped because you guys know today is SummerSlam, so like usual, the review comes out a bit later than usual. That's why, like always, I hope I can at least finish up recording the audio before SummerSlam actually begins. But anyway, we didn't get a new episode last week due to the Olympics, and we're not going to get a new episode next week due to the Olympics once again. So yeah, the Olympics have really been fluffing, really messed up with the schedule. Which I'm curious to see what this is gonna happen with the dub, considering like they took a week off, they're back, and now they took a week off again. Like, how's the dub gonna do? So they're just gonna because usually whenever a show takes like a week off, they'll maybe do like 1 or 2 episodes where they're just a week behind, but usually they'll skip a week just so they go back to so they're back to having that 2-week buffer between the sub and the dub. I don't know why. I don't know why they can't just reduce it 1 week. You know, you guys usually do same-day simultaneous for the series. That's something I don't see. Why you all just can't go down to a week and just stay there? But you know, whatever it is, what it is. I'm not on the production. I'm not there in the Crunchyroll studio with Mike McFarlane producing the dub. But anyway, guys. So we got that, and of course, as you guys may also know, the big news this week is actually the manga ended for Hero Aka, man. And obviously, we won't get into spoilers. I did see some bits and pieces of it from it while it was happening, because you guys know it's the last episode, last chapter. You were bound to see some leaks and some images from it. But yeah, the manga's ended, man. It's sad. It's kind of sad knowing this is my favorite series currently airing is now officially on borrowed time. You know, it's ended. It still hasn't really hit me yet because, like you guys know, I'm an anime only. So when the anime ends, man, especially probably after the dub ends and maybe it wraps up on Toonami, I think that's when it'll hit me that, oh, Hero Aka's done. It's over. We're done. There's no more. So yeah, it sucks, but hey, I'm glad. But hey, the series is finally ended. Horikoshi can finally get his shoulder healed up. He can hopefully attend Star Wars Celebration next year in Japan, and it'll be as a good time. Maybe Marvel will finally reach out to him to get him to write some Spider-Man manga or X-Men manga, which would be insane. But yeah, man. Phenomenal episode, man. So let's just jump right in. So we start the episode off right where we left off last with Bakugo dead, but let's be real, we know he isn't. So, first of all, I gotta say, this opening of the episode, these opening like 5 minutes here when we're with Shigaraki and the other ones, is directed to perfection. I love the lighting here. The key animation is spectacular, man. The music is amazing. And of course, the voice acting is also spectacular from Monoma Seiyu as he sees Bakugo's dead corpse on the ground, man. So, this opening of the episode, man, was directed to absolute perfection, man. And especially the key animation as well. Like Bakugo's face, Mirio, Monoma, key animation of this episode and the facial expressions was absolutely fantastic. So, as Monoma just sits there absolutely horrified by what he's seeing of Bakugo's fallen corpse, we get flashback to season 5 where he says, like, I will win absolutely 4-0, no injuries back from season 5. That's how someone who's really strong wins, which that's exactly what Bakugo did, man. Which also, shout out, I actually won a game of World Rumble recently with Bakugo, using his new moves, and that's good. I felt like I got another new game, man. I lose way more games than I win when I play Ultraman, but hey, I still have a lot of fun playing the game, man, which I think is how good the game is, actually is. Even after you lose, you're still enjoying yourself, man, anyway. And I'm also like that competitive gamer that's like, fuck it, and like, just like throwing his controls, and like, I don't get that involved into it. Thank God I don't. Because I definitely don't have money to replace those controls. Anyway, rambling aside about the little Ultra World thing. So yeah, we get the Bakugo flag. Like I said, the key animation here is fantastic. I love the music here. And Best Genius says he got his heart. And we hear flashbacks. We hear flashbacks. Best Genius saying, "Let's at least protect everyone until Midoriya gets here." And of course, you know, Bakugo died as they all like watch on in horror. I love the way that it was shot, where it was kind of like from an upward angle, where like Shigaraki looks massive and imposing, while the heroes look very, you know, scared and like very small, and you can tell just how they're feeling at this criminal. So shout out to the storyboard artist for this episode. Because, like I said, the opening of this episode was directed to perfection. So Bessie tries to reconstruct his heart with his threads. All of that's going on there. Mirko is still fighting. Shigaraki manages to get her. And Mirko, my girl, she's like, motherfucker, I could have killed you, man. And she just talking shit to this man. She is not giving up. She is like trying to bite off his fingers while just staring at him, bro. Just staring daggers at the man. Like, Mirko, man, she was ready to fuck him up, man. If he let her go, man, he was gonna fuck her up. And then Shigaraki, this motherfucker out here starts using her government name. Literally says, don't blame yourself about it, Rumi Usagi Usagiyama, if I pronounce that right, literally uses her government name, bro. Like the absolute disrespect of Shigaraki in these last couple of episodes, man. And he talks about how like, oh, you know, you're not the only pathetic hero. There was way more. You guys had prepped and all that jazz, but it ended up being all for naught. You guys don't have enough numbers to defeat me. You didn't prep enough to defeat me. Just straight just talking shit to Mirko as she is still just staring daggers into this man. Like the key animation here is amazing. I cannot wait to hear what Inaris' version of this is gonna sound, because Miriam got some big moments this episode, man, for better or for worse. But so I'm literally looking forward to seeing Inaris' versions. I don't think I'll do a double react for this episode, but yeah, I'm definitely hyped. I'm really excited to see how Inaris and Austin sound when this episode gets done. So anyway, we then head over back with Dobby, where we find that he's of course alive again. He burned one of Endeavor's sidekicks, man. He's back up there, and it seems like he is like he's now learned Todoroki's new move, because that, you know, that X shape he had around his chest where he was using it to defeat Dobby forward, like using his hot and his cold. Dobby has the same thing on his chest, only it's just purple. Just like his flames have now gotten stronger. So now, it's like that, but it's purple now. So it looks like he's somehow learned the move from this one encounter, which is kind of nuts if that is indeed the case. I also love Dobby's zombie form, if you want to call it there, his bird form. It looks very horrifying, man, and it looks fucking awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when we get to round 2 with Dobby and Todoroki, whenever we get to that, man, because that's going to be nuts. Especially now that Dobby now has a power-up, man. His flames have even become even more stronger, even hotter than before, and it seems like he's learned Todoroki's move. So yeah, that final battle is gonna be nuts. So then he calls out to Skeptic, and he says, "Don't talk to me, Mr. Daddy Issues," which of course got a crack out of me. So we find out that Skeptic basically tells him to fuck off because he's busy on his own thing, where he's basically hacking back into his system that the heroes are using to control Coffin in the Sky. We found that he apparently had created this network, and he's just taking control of it. And it seems, I don't know if this was part of a company that he was running, or how to have this work out. I haven't really watched season 5 since it aired on Toonami, but we found these satellite dishes are owned by some company called Feel Good Inc., which is a hell of a name. FGI is the acronym. Feel Good Inc., hell of a name to name your company after. And he's going off about like, I am the one that will carry out Redestro's mission and blah 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 blah. Skeptic doing this, and then we head over back to the Coffin in the Sky itself, and they also know that someone is trying to hack into their system. We then head back with the Todoroki family as they're back at UA, and we actually get to see the teacher from season 4 make a return, which was good to see her, man. And I'm pretty sure I even mentioned in my reviews of those episodes that, no lie, bro, the teacher is really cute. Like, I was really sad that was all we got of her, and she got a little bit more screen time, so I was happy to see her in this episode, man. Once again, she's cute. Now she's not constantly crying anymore, so, you know, that's a good thing now. Her mental health is in a better state. The kids have actually learned how to fucking behave. So, that was awesome to see them again, man. It would have also been nice if we also got to maybe see Cammy a little bit too, or Inuyasha, but, you know, whatever. maybe those students will come in later on in the season, man. Or on the next season, man, during the fall work. We'll see the other school students coming in there, because I would love to see Cammy again, man. Let's get Cammy back in here, and Inuyasha as well. Those guys are awesome. But anyway, the kids are going off there, like, they're not worried about what's going on, because she's like, hurry up, be quiet when the villains come here. And she says, and one of the kids says, don't worry, 5 Weens and Bakugo and the others will definitely win. So that's kind of cool, man. You know, Bakugo and Todoroki have now gotten fans from these kids. And then we once again see another shot of all for one's like fucking informants, and for some why and the woman holds her phone in a very weird way, where she like the guy is actually holding it normal, like holding the phone from the sides as he puts it to his ear. The other chick for some reason grabs it from the top. Who the fuck carries a phone like this? Who holds a phone like this? This isn't even comfortable, bro. Like, why? Who does this? Any of you guys know anyone that does this? Please, if you do, let me know in the comments. Because that looked hella weird, man, at least to me. Anyway, so then we head over back with Endeavor, and we see All For One rewind himself, which you guys remember my reviewers like, wait, what does Aerie have? Does he have one of a quirk? What's he gonna use her quirk? Like, what's he gonna use? He stole her quirk. He has Aerie's quirk somehow. He is rewinding himself back to his peak form, which means we finally get to see his fucking eyes. We finally get to see All For One's full face, what he actually looks like, and that was nice. I don't know why it took us 7 seasons to get to this point, but hey, here we are, man. Like I said, I don't know why it took Horoscope Sensei so long to finally just show us in All For One's face, like properly, what he probably looks like with his eyes and everything, man. Because you guys know before that it was always like obscured or like there was something always right above where his eyes are and everything. So it's nice to finally get a clear look at his face as he finally rewinds. So then we head over back to Dr. Garaki as we find out basically how the hell All For One even has access to Ares' quirk, and basically when they confiscate the quirk billets and the quirk factory that Overhaul was using, he managed to basically reverse engineer the quirk bullets to somehow to concentrate on Ares' DNA that was in there, or blood or whatever, and to use it to give it to All For One to use her power to get back to his peak form. Now, there is a caveat with this. It doesn't stop. He is basically rewinding himself into nothingness. So he's gonna just get going and going and going until he just disappears like Ares' parents did in the ED. Probably a little bit of a low blow, but you know, that's what happened. That's what's gonna happen. This is basically a suicide mission for All For One. He is a suicide bomber at this point of the series, man. But he's in peak form, so he's obviously gonna do some insane damage. And he's also completely negative at this point, and eventually gets down there, he like strangles a girl while stealing her quirk. Hawks manages to stop in there as he finally starts to dress himself, which I also gotta say, is Horikoshi Sensei like a Fairy Tail fan? Like genuinely, I'm genuinely, is he a Fairy Tail fan? Because I noticed that one of like the scarves or whatever he was using to robe himself, which I gotta say, I kind of dig the robe look that All For One's rocking right now. I kind of dig the robe look, this makeshift robe he has created for himself. It looks a lot like Natsuo's scarf, and then of course you got the guy you got the Endeavor fanboy that looked like Natsu. So yeah, I'm genuinely starting to wonder if Horikoshi Sensei is secretly like a Fairy Tail fan or not. But whatever the case may be, Hawks is trying to buy time. He's like, hey man, what do you want to do again? You mind telling me your whole plan and like what drives you, just for future reference. And then he tells him that he was inspired by comics and how the villain was always the leader, that he was feared by everyone, and that he goes on saying in this world with its infinite numbers of culture and values, the actions that make everyone frown and hate you, it's something that keeps people from the future they've imagined for themselves. That's why I'm going to keep everyone in the world from their future. That's all I've wished for. And then we over to DC, which now looks more like Gotham City than Washington DC. I should know. I've been there. well, a few years ago. But actually, guys, I don't know if I actually mentioned this in the videos. I guess this is a good time to mention this. We're actually going to be moving back to the East Coast in September. We're actually going back to Virginia, back to Stafford. We're actually literally going to be like 10 minutes from our old place before we moved over to Bahrain. So yeah, I'm going back to the East Coast in September, man. So yeah, this setup is going to be gone. Like, I'll probably get like a few more videos out of this setup before we get over to our new place and everything, man. Which also got me, because of the way we're leaving like September-ish. We're gonna be driving the whole way there, so whatever Hero Walk episode, depending on when we leave and when we get back, you guys might not see a review for that episode on Saturday. I might have to delay it a couple days, depending on when we leave and everything, man. But hopefully we'll be able to work everything out and get it out. And be able to get I'll be back in time for the next Hero Walk episode, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But anyway, we head over to the White House, which was nice to finally see like the White House and everything in the Hero Walkiverse, and the president is just some generic-looking white guy. Which I don't know. For a second, I was kind of wondering like when this took place in the manga, like would we get like a Trump insert or something? But nah, just some generic white guy. And basically, the president is basically just giving up at this point. And we also find out the dude that was like Stars' commanding officer is named like Tim Akbar, which sounds a lot like Admiral Akbar, which I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a reference because he looks like Admiral Akbar as well. You guys are wondering because this is a massive Star Wars fan. But he's basically giving up. He's willing to just work together, try to gain Shigaraki's trust, to mitigate the damage. And of course, Admiral Akbar, he ain't having all that. He's like, you're an idiot if you want to do that. Which also, I forgot to mention as well at the start of the video, but at the start of the episode, I forgot to mention this, we see Izuku, as he's driving over towards to get back to base, we see what looks to be Stars' boys, his bros, trying to hopefully give Izuku a ride to how he got there at the end of the episode. So, hopefully the next time we see if that was, I'm pretty sure it was them, they managed to give Izuku a ride so he can get there a lot faster, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Anyway, that's when we head over back to Bakugo and Best Jeans as he's still trying to reconstruct his heart with his threads. Oh, one thing I also got to mention that I forgot to mention is that the music in this episode is fantastic, man. Love the episode, love the music used in this episode. But I also gotta say, I fucking love All For One's remix theme for this season, man. It sounds amazing, man. I love it. Uses a lot from the original theme, but adds to it and kind of adds a little bit of the Velvet Room in there. Like, it sounds like there's a bit of the song that sounds like it's straight like sampling the Velvet Room theme, but it sounds amazing, man. Yuki Hayashi, or whoever I believe that's the composer's name for Hiroaka, man. The man cooked with his soundtrack, man. And All For One's new theme sounds absolutely amazing. And then Edgeshot shows up to basically say like, hey man, I got this. I'm gonna try and restart and finally, heal up and restart Bakugo. So he starts like going into like his thread form, and it starts going into his body to fix him up. And as he's doing it, he tells Mirko to keep fighting, even if only your head is left. Get your teeth into him, man. So Mirko, man, she's screaming, she's going up, she's trying to break out there to make sure that they can keep the fight going, while Edgeshot goes and tries to fix up Bakugo. And we found that actually Best Genius and Edgeshot, man, they go way back, man. They were friends back in UA, which, Jesus Christ, man, what is up with Best Genius's neck? This man got the most long-ass collars I've ever seen, man. We saw his suit back in season 6, and we see his UA design, and it looks fucking ridiculous, man. The collar goes all the way up to like his mouth, to like his nose. It just looks ridiculous, man. Like Best Genius and Hero content, it works, but when you see it in literally any other content, it looks fucking ridiculous, man. I just have to say, man, it looks absolutely just ridiculous, man. Like, why does he dress like that, man? Like, what is the purpose of having these long ass necks? But whatever the case may be, Edgeshot gets inside there to try and hopefully fix up Bakugo. This is when we get the commercial cards, which for some reason Mirko didn't get a new render this time. I don't know why she didn't get a new render. She has a new design and everything, but they for some reason decided to give her a new render for some reason. But anyway, as he gets in there, man, we get, of course, this is also when President Mike chips in there to do the whole Edgeshot, his quirk, but kind of goes into a little bit more detail about his quirk, saying he can stretch his body out thin and flat. He can make his body thin, but firm enough to stop blood, and even thin as spider silk. And then we also see him let out this bubble that he got from Wash to, I'm assuming, make sure like his needles or like his threads are clean while he's going in beside Bakugo's body to close up the wounds, to make sure he doesn't get any like infections or anything. I'm assuming that's why he has that bubble there. Because otherwise, I'm not exactly sure what the point of this was, other than maybe make sure his threads were clean, because of course you guys know he's all dirty and bloody, to make sure Bakugo doesn't end up getting any infections after he fixes them up. So once he gets in there, we find out that Best Genius actually managed to close up, stitch up his heart, but didn't really get to stop the bleed. So Edgeshot's going to go in there and close up the wound completely to stop the bleed, and basically gives him CPR from the inside to try and, resuscitate. As President Mike continues on saying, however, Edgeshot's body stretches thin as a suture, everything is how you say that, was slowly grinding away at his life in this extreme. So he's basically killing himself, basically trying to resuscitate Bakugo, and even Best Genius said as much before that he won't be able to come back after he does all this, trying to reset Bakugo's heart and everything. And so, while all this is going on there, Shigaraki does start to notice that Best Genius is trying to fix him, and he tries to stop him, but of course, the other heroes are trying their best to, slow him down to make sure that they can actually, do the work as Shigaraki screams out, I already destroyed it. And Best Genius, man, he's ready to fight in there, but Mirko finally manages to break out there and kicks him right square in the face, man. Looked absolutely amazing. She ends up once again, and like in there before, she ripped her fucking arm off. So now she has no arms and only one good leg. That's actually her own. So now, man, she got no arms, one good leg, and that's it, man. Insert your TG little nugget jokes here. But I guess that wouldn't really count because she still got one good leg, so I guess that doesn't really work in this combat. Either way, man. So Shigaraki's kind of shocked because he was actually staggered by that attack, and he's starting to realize that he felt panic back then when he was fighting off against Bakugo, and that he was threatened by a mere extra. So Mirko starts charging towards him, and I actually saw this manga panel of it when Mirko is charging at him with like no arms or everything, and she says, "You're too kind, Demon Lord." Key animation here looked great. The animation overall looked great as well. And like I said, Mirko Seiyu is going off, man. I cannot wait to hear Inaris' version of this when the dub of this episode airs. So she's charging at him. Mirio manages to come in there and cover his eyes long enough to make sure Mirio Mirio gets in, Mirko, excuse me, gets in another attack. She managed to get some kicks in there. The Luna Fury, I believe, is the attack she managed to get in there. And then we head over back to Shigaraki, or I guess Tenko, excuse me. As the hands start to go away from him, as he says, no one reached out to me, but no one reached their hand out to me. As we see flashbacks of all the people that left him behind, that ignored him, and of course his snitch of a sister that ratted him out to his father. And then President Mike chips in once again, saying that Shigaraki's body is constantly looking for the most suitable form, wanting to destroy create clumps of fingers, thinking that was for the best. That shake everyone at bay and overran the world. But the heroes overcame that. Erasure kept his body from recovering, and the mental stress was eating away at him. So his body found the way that was the best suited for the fight at hand. And as he's doing, we see Shigaraki finally transform into his hand form, finger form. I'm not exactly sure this hulking finger form. I'm not exactly sure what you call this form. I don't know if it has an official name yet, but I have seen the manga panels of this form a couple times, but seeing it in its full glory, man, goddamn, it looks amazing. Also, interesting enough, you see these faces appear on his hand, which I think are supposed to be his various family members. I think, but I'm not entirely sure if that is indeed the case. Either way, this form looks fucking awesome. So Mirko and of course Mirio are both shocked by this, but Mirko, not deterred, just charges once again towards Shigaraki and ends up getting yeeted off into the other side of the coffin in the Skyman. And then he just starts one-shotting everybody. Fucking Tamaki's next. He takes out Nejire, leaving only Mirio. And like I said before, like we mentioned before in the last episode, he doesn't give a shit about Mirio and just run. He doesn't even bother punching. He just walks away from him. He has no interest in Mirio. So, and also, I guess in the key end, this part of the episode as well was expertly directed. I love this. The storyboarding, he was fantastic. The music was fantastic. Mirio Seiyu was going off, and his voice acting was spectacular, man. The storyboarding, everything in this episode was just beautifully directed, man. This was fantastic. This was probably my favorite part of the episode, besides the opening. This and the opening were probably my favorite parts of the episode. So Mirio is trying to figure out a way how to distract and take out Shigaraki, because we also hear from the Pussycats, I'm forgetting the chick's name, she mentioned that she's opening the gate for 2 seconds and just hold on for 2 seconds, and she's like, that's not enough time. And as this is all going down there, as Mirio's trying to figure out what to do, he remembers what Best Genius told him right before his death, and we also see him actually make not Best Genius, Sir Night-Eye laugh, which I never thought we'd actually have to see that. And then he goes underground, comes back up there, and says, it's Peachy Keen, with his ass showing out there to Shigaraki. Now, I actually saw this, the manga version of this, I'm pretty sure when the chapter of this came out. And I remember being perplexed by this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I knew better, knowing Mirio's character, and I knew better that it'll probably make sense within the context of the series once the anime gets there. And I know why, and it does make complete sense. Because I thought this looked, and I remember I saw some people mocking this kind of manga, saying oh, this is stupid, what the fuck is this shit? But I knew better, and I knew probably once I get the anime gets here, it would make sense within the context of the series and the scene, and it does, man. So yeah, this stuff's Shigaraki. Dennis Trackman's like when fucking Aquafina Casey in Shang-Chi starts singing the song, be like it works on dumb people. Just when I start singing the song to stop someone dead in their tracks. Man basically used the same concept here. Shout out to Shang-Chi, man, that was a fantastic film. And it's not like I said, shout out to Shigaraki dead. He's just like, huh? But it stops him long enough for my boy Izuku to show up, man, and fuck shit up. Oh my god, this would be. I have seen the manga panels of these two shots, and you guys know this was actually used. This shot was used for the CD cover of the OP, which is actually the version on Spotify. Where you get that cover art when you listen to the OP for this core on Spotify, which I'm so happy about because I love that because that shot looks amazing. I've seen the manga panel of this version, and of course, you guys know, like I mentioned before, it was used as the CD cover. But in the anime, oh my god, it looks amazing, man. I love this shot, man. I would maybe try to see if I can finish the thumbnail, but I think I'm going to save this for next week's episode, because next week's episode is going to be the big one, where you see Shigaraki and Izuku actually fully face off against each other. So I think I'll maybe save those shots for that. But These were some amazing, but the key animation here, man, looked absolutely spectacular, man, as he slingshots himself to Shigaraki and manages to kick him. With some really nice looking impact frames as well. The animation there looked really fucking good. And unfortunately, that is where the episode ends, ladies and gentlemen. I was so pissed off on this. I was hoping the episode would go a little longer, but alas, it did not. Anyway, guys, yeah, this was another phenomenal episode as always. Once again, guys, next week's gonna be absolutely insane, man. Hopefully, maybe if we're lucky. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if the Cube Man is gonna be appearing in this movie because it was actually shown in the credits for the film or show up, and he was actually like the storyboard artist for the film. So I don't even know if we were gonna see him this season. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But if we do, hopefully it's this episode, man, because I would love to see Nakamura on this fight. Well, whether or not we actually see him is a different story, man. But either way, man, from the next episode preview, man, it looks fucking incredible, and I cannot wait for this fight. It's going to be absolutely insane, man. But anyway, guys, that's going to this video off. Overall, I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me if you feel like it. Links are across below. And as always, grab for more. See you guys next time.